Amnesia: The Dark Descent, one of the most iconic horror games of all time, and whose tension, mechanics, and atmosphere have influenced the genre to this very day. Or at least that's what I've heard. I've never actually played the game before. Whoa, what the? Okay, well, you have to do a lot of progress again. But today, that all changes, because in order to unlock the Masochist achievement, I'll need to complete Amnesia: The Dark Descent on its hardest difficulty. This involves dealing with enemies that are all hyper-aware, getting one-shot by basically everything, literally dying if I stay in the dark for too long, and needing to use 4 whole tinder boxes to save any progress I make, which is even more fun when you realize that there are now only about 20 in the entire game. And I would like to reiterate, this will be my first time ever playing this. Oh, what? But despite every single online resource I looked at telling me this is a bad idea, I wanted to do it anyway. So how hard is Amnesia's hardest mode, actually? At least according to someone completely new to the game. Well, if I had to summarize this playthrough in just 2 words, it would be not good. Follow the liquid trail and find its source. The liquid trail, eh? I wonder what kind of liquid this could be. Already a mystery. Amnesia: The Dark Descent begins with you playing as Daniel, a seemingly very sleepy guy who wakes up alone in a dark, dreary castle dungeon. But if that isn't cruel enough, along with his apparent narcolepsy, he's also currently afflicted with another absolutely heartbreaking condition. He is a Londoner. Amnesia is now 0 for 2 on protagonist, sadly. But Daniel also happens to have amnesia, which is crazy because who could have seen that coming? So our main objective for the story becomes to escape the castle and to try and figure out what could have possibly gotten us into this situation. Something that was pretty difficult for me to do from the beginning, since I still had to familiarize myself with the controls and the castle itself. Okay, let's follow this trail, eh? Hold down right trigger and move the right stick in order to move the door. The right stick? Okay. Let's close this. Oops, didn't mean to slam the door. My mom's gonna get really mad at me. Open this. Maybe there's some cool stuff in here. What is this? There's literally 1 shirt. Okay, frugal does not even begin to describe the owner of this castle. That's crazy. You didn't have much left after buying the castle? Oh, this was like a midlife crisis purchase after buying his Corvette. Yeah, I got you, okay. Thankfully, all the random exploring I did turned out to be pretty helpful here. As I was following the main trail of blood, I stumbled upon the lantern, the main thing that would actually let me see during this playthrough. And while looking through the storage room, I found my first tinder box, which could either be used to create a light source or get me closer to making my first save. Both of these items were great because most of the rooms in the castle are very dark, to say the least. However, this is also where our first problem arises. Each of them are extremely limited. The lantern requires oil to stay alight, and on hard mode, tinder boxes are substantially harder to find, which meant that because I had no idea where to even look for these resources, I had to be careful with all the items I did have. And that's precisely the reason why, once I reached the end of the blood trail, I picked up this note and got completely lost. So surely I have to like go through here in some way, right? It's in here. No. Here. No. Fuck. Where the fuck do I go? In my effort to not use the lantern, it became pretty hard to see where to go. The trail stopped at a desk, pulling all the books did not reveal a secret passage, and the loading screen hints, which were usually helpful, didn't really get the job done here. What happened to the text? Okay, well, I guess I'm not reading that. But what made this even worse is that now I also had to deal with sanity. The sanity meter is your biggest enemy on this difficulty. It basically works like this. If you do anything that could cause Daniel to become anxious, like wandering around in the dark or staring at a horrifying monster, or something even more extreme like making a phone call or forgetting you locked the door when leaving for work, or subscribing, you know, that gives me a rush, Daniel's sanity will slowly deplete until your screen goes blurry, your teeth start grinding, your controls become delayed, and you eventually die. And these conditions made finding the way forward a complete mess. Okay, so let's retrace our steps. We found the note in there, right? Daniel is really mad at Alexander. Fuck Alexander. Can we get a fuck Alexander in chat? That's my son's name? Well, you should have called him something else. It won't budge. Okay, well, that's great. This is your son's fault. I just want to let you know that. So there's nothing in there. Can't do anything there. Okay, so we definitely need to backtrack. Okay, that's... Yeah, so I mean, we found the note. I'm just wondering if I'm even going in the... Okay, all of a sudden my screen looks like I'm trying to learn how to do transitions in Sony Vegas for the first time. All of a sudden I'm just getting like this liquefying effect. Maybe I'll get like a nice little slide transition in here too. Ooh, I could do like the circular PowerPoint one where it goes like... So this was my life now, stumbling around without any clue of where to go. And it's pretty much how things went on for an uncomfortably long time. Off to a great start? Yeah, man, this is wonderful. Dude. This is the most pathetic Amnesia playthrough in the entire world. I can't do this. However, after thinking about what it would be like to be stuck here even longer than we had been already, we came up with a better plan. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I know it didn't look like it for the past 15 minutes, but I think honesty is the best policy in the stream. I actually don't know where I'm going. So if someone could gently point me in the right direction. Play hot and cold, you know? Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. Chat interactivity is what we're all about here. All right, hot or cold?
Cold.
Okay, well that's not reassuring.
Hot.
Okay.
Lukewarm.
All right. What about right here?
The candle is pretty hot for sure.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you know, you're right.
It's leading you.
Yeah, but it stops right here, and it doesn't seem like I can interact with anything. Unless I'm just like giga stupid. Okay, well, you know what? We're not making that an open-ended question. I'm not usually. How is Snam? How is chat? Snam feels like a giant moron right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's take off all of the things. Surely one of them is like a pole potion. What area are you in? The literal first area in the game. Listen, I'm paid by the hour, okay? This investigating thing, money banks if I just like keep the case going. I don't know. What's the... Oh! I probably can't be in here. We'll go back to this room. I probably have to pull one of these books. And with the path forward now open, that, my friends, was how we spent the first 30 minutes of the playthrough. This is unideal. Listen, I was like 95% of the way there, so we can give me a pass on that one, right? Anyone would have got caught up on the last 5%. Even though I got embarrassingly lost here, this was still just the easy part in the grand scheme of things. As we'll see later, I get pursued relentlessly by the castle's many inhabitants, all wanting the same exact thing: to confess their love to me so they can get Holzkern products for Valentine's Day. The perfect segue into the sponsor of today's video. Would someone you love look good with jewelry that brings out some of their best features, or a watch that really puts their look together, or maybe there are multiple loved ones you'd like to give gifts to until you realize that you yourself look really good in them? This is, you know, just a hypothetical. Then Holzkern has exactly what you need. Holzkern is famous for their accessories that are crafted from natural materials. There are bandlets made out of wood such as maple, oak, and mahogany, all the way to necklaces and earrings with amethyst, jade, or pearls as their centerpieces. There are plenty of designs to choose from, and every single one of them is made in small batches so that they can be made responsibly while also lasting a good while. With Valentine's Day around the corner, there's no better time to find something for your significant other. All orders placed before February 14th will receive a red gift sachet, the perfect way to not give your partner the ick through an interpretive art piece we call wrapping, and instead instantly making your gift presentable stress-free. All Holzkern orders are sent with free worldwide shipping, typically arrive within 3 to 5 business days, and have a 2-year guarantee. So if you'd like to get a loved one, family member, or maybe even yourself something that'll leave an impression, then head on over to Holzkern using my link in the description or pinned comment and use code Snamwiches to save 15% on your purchase for the holiday. Thank you again to Holzkern for sponsoring this video, and now that we finally know where we're going, let's get back to Amnesia, shall we? Surviving the initial haul then leads us into Area 2, and although I managed to get a lot less lost in here, this is actually where the game starts to open up a bit more. Now there are 4 locations to explore, which include the entrance hall, the laboratory, the archives, and the wine cellar. Oh, what? There's a person. Oh, sorry, I misread that. It's actually the whining cellar on account of the complainer down there. Okay, but like, she's probably fine. Listen, if she's getting attacked, that means the monster's distracted and I might be able to find the refinery. What a hero you are. Listen, I never classified myself as a hero. I'm more than that, I'm like a messiah. So while this lady had the monster's attention, we turned ours to getting the hell out of here. The first obvious instinct one might have would be to leave through the front door, because as much as I'd love to learn about the secrets of the castle and who I even am, I like living significantly more, actually. But sadly, when we try to open it, the main door grows some skin and forces us to turn around, and the second evil skin we come across does the exact same thing. Ooh, ow. All is good. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought I took damage there. So with 2 escape routes ending in failure, we then tried escaping past the 3rd skin. Wonder how you even, ow, what the fuck? All is good though. Okay, we're fine. Getting like mixed messages from this game, but that didn't work out too well either. So by process of elimination, the only way we could possibly move forward was of course through the foreskin. It's tough and pillant, can't be torn by hands or tools. It's a good thing there's this big ass gaping hole here that I could probably crawl through if I really wanted to. But alas, mama didn't raise no bitch. We gotta do things the hard way. In order to get past the foreskin though, we have to create a magical potion to make it disappear. And we can get this magical circumcision potion by collecting 5 components spread around all 4 rooms in the area. The first room I decided to go to was the laboratory, home of the greatest fishing spot in the entire castle on account of it being under a grate, and a pot. Although I'm still debating which kind was the one I actually picked up. Okay, I mean, we got the pot, so we should be good. I think it's already kicking in. Other than that though, there really isn't much we can do here for now. So the next area I wanted to check out was the archives. On my way there, I found my second Tinder match, which already far surpassed the national weekly mail average, as well as, I'm gonna have to check every single drawer, aren't I? He has the same shirt again. Ooh, this isn't even a room. However, there thankfully happens to be a lot more in here than just bad fashion sense. This location is the first one that really starts to shed some light on what's been going on in the castle. To summarize the info so far, there's this shadow that's been brought into existence by a powerful relic, of which there are possibly multiple of them, and said ultimate life form has been created with a pre-existing purpose, while his main enemy, being us, has to foil his plans by running and completing objectives faster than he can catch up to us. It's almost like I've heard the story before somewhere. Aside from the lore, we discover that the archives are also where we can find a key to the wine cellar, which is the final room we haven't been able to access yet. So our objective for the rest of our time in this location was figuring out where in this pretty sizable area this specific key could be. Can I not pick up one of these cinder blocks, really? Okay, interesting. I can pick up a book though. What is this? Oh, wait, can I not? Oh, I wonder if I can break the glass there. Hold on. We have the power of knowledge. God, pen is mightier than the sword. Okay, 1 book, 2 book. I feel like Dr. Seuss. Fuck. 3. Hell yeah. That's what Sesame Street taught me, baby. All right, what we got in here? Oh, it's the fucking key to the wine cellar. Let's go. With the key in our possession and the way out the archives opened up, we had just passed the 1 hour mark of the playthrough, which is exactly why I thought now might be the perfect time to save and bank all of our progress thus far. There was just one tiny issue. Saving costs 4 tinderboxes, you have 2 in your inventory. Oh. Yeah, well, never mind. That's awesome. And things were only about to get worse. Ooh, no. Oh no, dude. I haven't saved yet. It was at this point that I discovered I had severely underestimated how often I'd be able to find a tinderbox. And now I had to enter the wine cellar to find the remaining items I needed. The only room in the area with an enemy in it, and since I hadn't been able to save yet, the punishment for dying would be restarting the entire game. But regardless, I filled up my lantern with all the oil I had and ventured in. Fucking dark in here, I think is the main issue too. Yeah, I ain't going in there. You guys can have your fun. I'm going this way. Actually, let's check my sanity. How's good old Sane doing here? Head is pounding and hands are shaking. I'm sure that's fine. Sanity is dangerously low. Make sure to stay in the light. Oh, oh, that's me. Dude, I jump scared myself. I was wondering what those footsteps were. Oh, wait, we can look in here too. Hold on. This is a bad idea. Oh, dude, I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is, and I don't actually know how damage works in this game too. That's the worst part. Yeah, okay, well, we have Aqua Regia. Oh, we needed that. Anything? Aha! Okay, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And the lantern's gone. Okay, oh, good timing. Hold on. Oh! Oh, this is so fucking clutch. Incredible. You can save. Ooh, wow. Hold on. My My head hurts. My controls are all loopy, and that's not good. Oh, okay. That does not bode well, right? Nope, time to go. Time to go. I don't need to be in here anymore. Get out of here. Okay. You know, good first encounter. And with that, I had made it through the second area of the game. Look at me, having fun, 0 deaths, perfectly navigating the castle without getting lost at any point at all. Things had been easy, and were looking to stay that way after I Alt F4 skinned my way forward, especially now that I had enough tinder to make my first save ever. Let's use the acid on the foreskin here. It would appear as, oh, Alchemist. Remove the shadow's residue in the entrance hole. Amnesia dark scent. Okay, well, we're locked in. And now we're in the refinery. Huge. Yeah, the door skin. All right, I'm not gonna lie, if there are enemies here, I should probably save. Saving will remove 4 tinder boxes from the inventory. That's okay. I think, honestly, how I'm probably gonna go about this is if I get an achievement for beating a certain part, that's probably a good indication that I've made it through, like, a big area. We might try doing that. All right, and so it was time to venture forth deeper into the castle. And what? Wait, what happens? Suffer my first death. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. A good thing you saved. Goddamn. Turns out, all the shenanigans in the last area had lowered my sanity by a stupid amount. And the darkness, combined with a scripted monster sighting, were causing me to lose my life randomly throughout the refinery. As well as not so randomly. Hold on, what happens if I catch up to this guy? Okay. Understood. Well, that's our first 3 deaths out of the way. Surely no more come after this. This reasonably had me a bit worried, since now I thought I had saved in a place where I couldn't escape before my sanity ran out. However, this is where I learned that there are sanity hits that can be triggered by optional events as well, such as picking up items or reading, which I can definitely relate to. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods? What happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives in a reclusive life in his family with a castle nearby that consumed by fire in the late 19th century. 16th century, sorry, I'm a little dyslexic. So once I picked up on that, I was able to avoid the cursed items and make it through, allowing us to make it into the flooded archives. But it was only then we got to an even worse problem. Dude, I just got hit with a drive-by. What was that? This invisible guy terrorized me for an ungodly amount of time. You do not move very fast in this game. In fact, I was only able to walk away from the monster, which isn't the best thing ever when the only quality I could visibly see about the guy was how fast he was able to catch up to me. Damn, we're at 9 times forgotten. We were at 0 15 minutes ago. But what was truly a pain here is that this was the first time I really started to suffer the consequences of not playing the game before. I had no idea what to do for my first 5 attempts, resulting in giant monster-sized holes appearing in my chest where the prime suspect looked like this. Something tells me they're not catching this guy. And every time this happened, I had to spend another 3 minutes running all the way back to the archives again, which doesn't sound that bad, but this really adds up when you end up dying 20 times. Oh, what? It can still that's crazy. What if the enemy, oh, hold on. What if the enemy's like really short, like 5'2"? Get on this box. Oh, wait, he's going slower? Oh, dude, he is a short king. We just jerk in front of him real fast to double check. All right, well, he's over there now, which means he's out of the doorway at least. Uh-oh, I can't jump. Fuck! Fun fact, that guy might be 5'2", but apparently Daniel is 5'3" and could not get up that crate. That's... What do I even do? Oh, there is a book here. Fun. That is not even the right way. Fuck. I think we get it next attempt. Wow, okay. All right, and that next attempt is what I meant to say, obviously. I just want to be done. I just want to go do something else. Eventually, however, I did discover what to do. The first part of this area requires you to open a gate where you then have to race to the other side of the hall before it closes. And the second part has you slowly open a different gate with a valve while the monster lurks around in the same room. Thankfully, this is made easier by the giant chunks of human you can use to distract the monster, as well as the fact that it can't hurt you if you get out of the water and onto any nearby boxes. But even with these advantages, advantages, considering I still move so slowly, it wasn't gonna be a walk in the park. To be more literal, it was going to be a walk in a depressing flooded dungeon where I'd get killed a lot. So if I wanted to get out of here alive, my movement was gonna have to be perfect. Okay, is he eating again? Okay, well, this is my literal only chance, so people. Oh. Come on, dude! Like, we're still in the water. I didn't miss anything in days. You know, Giraffe, you sure know how to make me feel better. So far, so good. Yep, so far, so bad. So far, so bad. All right, this time, surely it will work, right? Because otherwise, I will be really mad. Please eat that. Nice, good. Those are good eating noises right there, King. You enjoy that succulent meal. I hate you so much. Daniel is such a giant bitch. Emphasis on giant, because I can't fit through that stupid gate. Well, now we see if this actually will save me. I don't actually know what to do now. Lock with a simple lock. Okay, yes. But then if I use the hollow needle. Yes! Oh my god, we're finally out of this stupid water level. Oh, we're still in the water. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we're still in the water. Oh, that's good. Yep, that's wonderful. That's so fun. I love this game. Oh, there's the exit. Back hall. Oh my god. Oh, achievement. Escape artist. What did I do? Escape the creature in the water and amnesia. Oh, thank goodness, dude. That means I'm finally done with this asshole. At least until I can't find any tinder boxes and save again. With the archives behind us, Area 3 presents us with 5 new rooms to move around in, and our current goal becomes to power up the elevator by completing a variety of puzzles within the machine shop. This, however, was secondary to our more important goal of finding some tinder boxes, so that we never had to go through the flooded archives again, or else Daniel wasn't going to be the only one losing sanity. So I thought the best way to do that would be to start doing some scouting and only search in rooms that I knew would be safe. What is this? The waters of life. What? Okay, so I don't want to go that way. I feel like, let's think, what would the least scary place be for us to venture forth into so that I don't instantly die and actually get to save my game? First of all, already doing absolutely phenomenal in that regard. Guest room. Surely the guest room isn't haunted, right? I would also be like bad host etiquette if you left your guest room haunted. Fortunately, it seemed like the guest room was the least haunted place in the castle. Currently looking like a bed and breakfast after a money laundering scheme police raid, but still clearing the low bar that the rest of the rooms somehow could not. And this turned out to be a phenomenal call on my part. All right. Well, there are lights, which is good. The only issue is they have not tidied the place up at all. Ooh, so with 3 tinderboxes in my possession, I only needed 1 more to prevent the continuation of the worst Marco Polo game I'd ever played in my life. And although the rest of the guest room didn't quite have what I was looking for, it's fucking the same shirt again. Yeah, classic. Things were still way better off than they were before. However, I did notice that there was still 1 more room in the guest room that I hadn't checked yet. And it would be stupid not to do my due diligence and at least look. Door stuck due to a broken lock. Don't I have a crowbar? Damn. Good shit. Good thing I found that crowbar literally 2 feet away. Don't open the door again. I got really scared there. I was actually horrified. My relief was enormous. Still, I had no idea why the monster didn't decide to check any of the closets in here. I mean, what could he possibly be so afraid of that he didn't even look in the most obvious place I could have been in? Anything in here? No, it's just more, it's more white shirts. Dude, get a stylist. Okay, that's fair. But despite me surviving, this encounter had struck fear into my heart that I didn't know I had in me. And now I knew I was gonna have to play even more cautiously if I wanted to survive at all. I don't... This is actually so scary. I don't want to go too deep into an area. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like get caught off guard again. All I need is one simply easy tinderbox. Limited saves in horror games makes things so much scarier. And I do love it for that. But man, I do not want to have to do the stupid water part again. My brain's gonna explode. And I assume the machine room is gonna be just as ass now. So I do have to go into the study. Another note there, but there's no tinderbox. Oh, God.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw.
At least he has a hobby. Arts and crafts is cool, man. Fuck it. It really does make everything like 10 times scarier. Worth it. I'll take it. Oh, God, we never have to do the water part again. Okay. Honestly, I think we save now before anything else just goes horribly wrong. Oh, okay. We are back. Mature, manly, never scared again. Snam is right back in the building. Now that I'd saved my game, it was time to really start exploring. Back in the guest room, I had found a key to the machine shop, so my first stop was to head in there to scout out the puzzles and learn what I needed to do to complete them. Oh no. It's one of those shaped things you give to 3-year-olds. Fuck. Oh, how am I gonna do this, dude? You guys said the puzzles were gonna be easy. I think if we get like the right angle, maybe we need like an obtuse angle. It's been a while since I did geometry. Does anyone know where I can find like a corset for boxes? Asking for a friend. Or an acute angle? No, you see, I don't need that because I already have you all here and you're all acute, okay? Oh, hold on. Wait, there are big rocks. Big rock. Put in stove. I should have known. Guys, the sphere goes in the round hole. Holy shit. Had a brain blast. Not making sense? That's okay. Hold on, allow me to show you. If you're a visual learner, check this shit out. Aside from being intentionally stupid for the sake of making some jokes, it was fake, right? There was actual progress being made too. I discovered that there are 4 mechanisms that needed to be repaired in order to activate the elevator. The coal in the furnace was simple, the gears were fine, other than the one time. Not fit on this spoke. Okay, which spoke does it fit on? Did I just accidentally lose the cog? I think it just phased through the wall. Phase up. The levers on the top floor just needed to add up to 7, so that stupid engineering degree I have finally came in handy for once. And that just left the steam control panel, which needed 3 rods in order to become operational. One of which I already found back in the study area. Low cycle rod. Oh God, is that time of the month? And that meant all I needed to do to move on from area 3 was collect the remaining 2 steam rods located in the storage room. Oh, sorry, we're close. This is bad. Hopefully that guy's not following me. All I'm asking. Storage would be the 3rd major roadblock that this game threw at me. The premise of it is pretty simple. Go in, grab rods, get out. The glory hole of Amnesia gameplay. The monsters in here, however, make that last step pretty complicated. Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Alrighty. Don't actually know what I can do there. There are a minimum of 2 monsters active during your escape. 3 if the game really doesn't like you that day. And getting by them feels impossible most of the time. 1 is on a diet of strictly carrots and can see you in pitch darkness, when you have no chance of seeing him. That or his radar is really good, and I kept appearing on the minimap. The answer depends on whether or not you listen to British propaganda. But the second enemy is the true run killer. Since he blocks your way out, there's no place nearby to loop around him, and if I hadn't made this clear earlier, I could not run in this game. Yep. There's no doors I can close. Unless the speed takes me home. It didn't. And this battle went on for quite some time. I don't know how he sees me. Like, does light attract him? With his eyes, probably? Okay, yeah. But like, does he get alerted by light? Dude. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, that's where the enemy was. I remember that. Nope. No, he was in that one. My apologies. I may or may not have, you know, there's this word for that. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't understand this video game, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. I truly don't. Well, we're back here again. Very cool. Got the rods, and then we have to wait for the guy. Are you? This game is so bad. The game is stupid and bad, and I hate it. Ow. That's so stupid. That's such a dumb... You'd think that have an easier mode that you could learn the game on. Yeah. It's a shame they never thought of that. Back to storage. After a while, attempts at this were starting to get to me. At least when I was dealing with gender-bent Sue Storm in the archives, it was only a 3-minute walk to get my ass kicked. Whereas here, I had to spend almost 15 to do all the setup before having the pleasure of dying and having no idea what I could have done differently. If only there was a way to outrun the enemies, or at least get the setup stuff done faster so I didn't spend 3 hours on 10 attempts at a checkpoint. But for some reason, this game all about avoiding enemies didn't have a run button. You know, there's a sprint button, right? There is not a sprint button. I don't think there is. If there's a sprint button this entire time, it's just been slow walking, I'm going to fucking kill myself. Inputs, movement, run. Wait, there's a run button? Guys, I have an idea for next time. Call me crazy. So, funny story. I had been walking everywhere all this time, extending my playtime so far by roughly 2 hours, because when the gameplay tips showed up telling me I could run, I didn't notice, which then led me to believe I couldn't, and everyone watching, not wanting to give me any unsolicited hints or backseating, which was very much appreciated, were probably scalping themselves with the amount of hair they were collectively tearing out. I've been sitting here the past 2 hours wondering why you weren't running around. You know what we could do? This could be another stupid situation where I could be like, can I beat Amnesia without running? Well, now I have to know if I can do it. But at the end of the day, we decided against doing a runless challenge. Because although it made the more mundane parts of the game a lot quicker, it didn't really help with the more important thing. That sounds like he heard me. Holy shit, this is so much better. Oh. What? Wait, you can still catch up to me? They rubber bands? Okay, so running doesn't even fucking matter then. Wait, so that was pointless anyway. That being said though, now that I was able to get more reps of the checkpoint in faster, I was slowly devising a plan to actually beat it. Especially since this running revelation caused me to learn about even more things that would help me out later down the line. Yeah, hold on, this has kind of gotten me to question myself. Inventory, row, movement, you can rotate things? Okay, that's also big. You can lean? Dude, what the fuck? This is crazy. Wow, leaning would be so helpful instead of just putting my full ass on display so the stupid monster can see me every single time. Doing great, King. Thank you, Scrump. I'm trying my best. Light candles and torches. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, words, don't care. Now, that's probably how I completely missed the fact that I could run at all in this game, but we're gonna ignore that little tidbit and move on. So I started to try a little bit of everything. I tried luring the monsters with items. Oh, are you fucking... How far are the blend? He's now in my line of sight, you know what I mean? And then I tried to break the monster's ankles so I could run by them in their confusion. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try something really dumb, and you guys can Keck W me if you really want to, but I have to see. Did he just not get, he just punched the door and then didn't do anything? No. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, well, I'm assuming that's open now. I think he might know. What is in here? Oh, what the fuck? Wait, this is working. Later, idiot. Okay, hold on. We might have a strategy. Hey. What the fuck? Oh, you fucking loser. Ow. Okay. I was gonna use the door to... I was gonna like run past him and then shut the door and then make a break for it. And then he closed the door and then busted it down himself. No one talks about the Amnesia AI and how smart they are. I need to do a video essay, apparently. I know I haven't missed anything. When it comes to first time hard mode Amnesia and Snamwiches, it's a match made in hell. Quite literally incompatible. You're probably never gonna miss anything. But neither of these things work consistently, and suggestions from the crowd didn't seem to work that much better. Fingers in his mouth. Legally, he can't attack you if you do that. I feel like I'd get a lawsuit, which might be more devastating to me than dying in the game. I don't know. Save option looks like it says save. Yeah, that's because El no sabe what the fuck to do in this stupid situation. I bought the Spanish version instead. My bad. Just kill him, lol. You see, that's what I've been telling Daniel to do. But Daniel, no. Because Daniel can throw a fucking barrel across an entire room, but can't punch a stupid zombie once. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of making excuses for this guy. Daniel's a pacifist. He needs to pass his fist through that fucking monster's face, okay? Suck it up. The only thing that seemingly worked at making the enemies leave me alone was if they just stopped being able to see me at all, since the AI seems to only operate off of sight and sounds. But that gave me an idea. Maybe if I got a monster in front of me's attention and hid immediately, the one that saw me might forget to go back to standing in my way. I'm just gonna pretend that this is gonna work and see me, right? That'd be crazy, just tell me. Wait, we book it now. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, we're out of the storage room. Nope, still good. Let's go! Oh my god. We're not out of the woods yet because I still have to save again. But thankfully, not saving yet didn't really matter anyway. Everything outside of storage now was completely safe. So after inserting the rods and dealing with the rest of the machines, we need the big rocks. This is Santa Claus prepping your Christmas present, by the way, chat, if you bet Doubter today. This is like an inside look at the North Pole. I was able to activate the elevator and take it down to Area 4. Uh-oh. I didn't realize I was taking the bullet elevator. Oh, we got an achievement though, worth it. The fourth section of the game takes us to a lovely gated community within the castle, that being the prison. And it's in here that we have to sneak our way past even more monsters until we can find out how to unlock the door leading us out to the other side. All right, so that's the entrance. And we're just gonna like try and mentally map out, I think, where we can go. That is a door. I don't really think it leads anywhere. Kind of like a weird architectural thing to do, but I'm not an 18th century castle baron, so I mean, what do I know? Oh, that's problematic. I'm gonna be over here, don't mind me. He just wanted to break the door. He didn't give a shit about me. Bro just does not like doors, and you know what? I can appreciate that. At least he's taking his anger out on something that's not like alive. Normally, this is a part of the game that can be beaten in about an hour, but apparently I've been marked for bad behavior because my sentence here turned out to be a lot longer than that. The enemies down here are particularly brutal, and that's mainly thanks to my alert and hide strategy not being as consistent down here specifically. The only way I found to break line of sight was usually by hiding in a nearby cell, but the cells are just slightly far enough away to where our local patrol guard can see us as we enter one and tends to give us no expectation of privacy when he goes in to check it out. Good big dog. Okay. I have a bed. I have a bed. I have a chair. Wait, what the fuck? That kind of works.
Hi.
Ah, don't fight. Okay, that actually scared me. Even in game, Sam cannot get any action in the bed. Well, yeah, joke's on you, idiot. What do you call that? I feel really dumb typing that right now. So that's how I died most of the time. But another important reason for my struggles is that this prison might have a legitimate bug infestation. Wait, is bro stupid? He's fighting his own demons. God, holy, wait, I didn't realize he was packing so much too. That's crazy. Oh, Sanity's not looking too hot right now. Can I like squeeze through? Okay, we're not. Okay, so that's all done. We have to go up here. I wonder if he's gonna go to the left. That'd be cool. Okay. Where am I? What? I mean, I'll take it. Can I fall and die? The answer to that is yes. Yes, I can. That's okay. Maybe there's a chance. Okay, you know, that chance is looking slimmer and slimmer. Okay, at the big 4-0, it seems. Back to the elevator. Is that the dark descent we keep hearing about? Yeah. So, due to a variety of things, getting through the first half of the prison took a pretty good while, and it doesn't get much easier from there. In the northern cell block, there are now 2 monsters roaming about, and the area is really big. It took a while for me to explore it and figure out where everything was, which wasn't helped by the fact that when I died, it wouldn't be uncommon for me to lose anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes per attempt, as well as having to go through the whole elevator ride again. Okay. All right, another elevator ride, ladies and gentlemen. This section is annoying on normal, much less on expert. Okay, you see, the problem is that every single new section I get to, there's at least one person that says, oh yeah, this shit's really, really annoying on normal. Wouldn't that make like every section of this game annoying on normal? But once I had seen everything there was in both parts of the prison, I could now narrow down my route to be a lot more efficient and collect everything the prison had while avoiding all the enemies. I found oil, notes, death, still sometimes, the item I needed to break the final lock, which happens to be a giant vat of acid. Some sort of acid. Okay. Thanks for letting me touch it first. And most importantly, I found tinder boxes. On my most successful run to this point, I had it all, other than the death part, thankfully. And on the final push, I was loaded with stuff that could potentially make the last third of the game significantly less stressful. That, plus the fact that I'd spent 30 minutes on the current attempt, meant that it was the perfect time to save my game once I had a spare moment. So long as nothing before that went horribly wrong. You've made it to La Cocina. Very, very pog. I would save. I'm thinking save here. And I think the only... Okay, well, he's already in here. So now, now it's even a little riskier. Now I was at a crossroads. If I saved here, there was a chance I could permanently trap myself in an unwinnable situation. And since there's only one save slot, literally have to restart the entire playthrough if there was actually no way out. But the monster technically hadn't seen me yet. And sure, I could just eat the death to be safe, but I'd just spent half an hour collecting everything. The thought of doing it all over again was scarier than the actual horror game, but half an hour was nothing compared to the 7 it had taken me to get to this point. And now, with both of these ideas in my head, I had to make that call. I'll get through the door and save. That's not a guarantee. I'm thinking I still save, but if he did see me, the run is cooked. Dude, wait, I wasn't supposed to distract him at all. I just had to wait for him to fuck off. Oh, that makes things significantly easier. Okay, not dead, and we saved. No soft lock. Very cool. The risky save paid off, and in hindsight, this was a terrible idea. Why the hell would I do that? But a win is a win, and with the acid in jar in hand, I learned from the first time, we could finally take our leave from the prison. Okay, then we want to use the acid jar on this. Oh, yep. Okay, time to go. We're in the cistern! And this, my friends, is where things get significantly easier. Wow. Listen, say what you will about my gameplay today, but my puzzle solving skills have been... You know what? Actually, say whatever the fuck you want. Why would they leave a gap like that on the bridge? It's a safety hazard. Area 5 consists of the cistern and the sewers, and it's really nice because for the most part, there isn't much of anything that poses a threat to you. You go around turning off some valves, solving some weight puzzles, replacing some rusty pipes, and grabbing some oil for your objective. And only your objective for some reason. Wait, can I use this to fill up my shit? Dude, come on, it's oil. Yeah, so use it on the lantern. No more oil is needed. No, there is. And it's a very chill time. So much so that I had to find something else to talk about while taking care of all the castle plumbing.
Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb?
It's just an orb. You know who's able to tame an orb every single night and also put up 27 points per game throughout their entire career? LeBron James. LeBron wasn't a British scientist in the 1800s. Yeah, I mean, you just wanted to use the era excuse. Alexander Brennenberg was playing against blacksmiths and carpenters, whereas LeBron's playing against actual NBA talent, okay? But I didn't mind this meandering at all because it was really nice not dying for once. And this led me to the final room in the cistern section where I needed to inject myself with a special blood so that I could survive the air going down in the sewers. Body is still stiff from rigor mortis and can't be older than a day. Rigor mortis must be really hot if he's still stiff that long after dying. Do I prick it? Ow. Dude, I've definitely gotten some sort of disease from that. Let's be so for real. No need to inject the blood again. Okay, yeah, just let me have no fun. Well then. You know, that was a pretty productive life, if I do say so myself. Once we get vaccinated, we go back to good old hard mode Amnesia. Hooray! And the enemy chasing you in here is special in the sense that he's a lot better at pursuing you, and he always seemed to kill me in one hit. So it became really important to make sure not to ever be seen by him. Okay, we're just gonna hide in this corner. This is gonna be plan A. Quite the conundrum we seem to be in. Okay, sorry. My bad, sir. I will say, though, that the room where he first appears is fortunately easy to get by him in. There was the slow way where I waited in an adjacent room for him to leave, but since I decided to make another save on my second trip here, that opened up the opportunity for a more aggressive approach. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to use the chair. Get shit out. This is gonna be so sick, trust me. Speedrun strat. See him, I see him, I see him, I see him, I see him. I'm sick. I would like to point out that I may be the greatest Amnesia player literally of all time. This was something that consistently worked, if you can believe it. Not as effective as, say, a gun, but effective nonetheless. But in the sewers, there was a lot of shit you had to deal with, as well as, you know, the non-typical sewer dangers. After Daniel lays some pipe in the least romantic way possible, you then have to wait in a room until the monster breaks a previously impassable wall. And this proceeded to get me killed a few times as I tried to find a place to hide. However, I did eventually discover that hiding behind the door gave me just enough cover to not be seen as the monster did its patrol. So after avoiding him here and then later in the sewer, all I had left to do was get to the exit and advance into the last area. Oh, he's there. Okay, time to go. That's how quickly you go. Oh, okay. You know what killed me there? The fact that that last door, every single door in this video game has been a pull door. That one was a pushed. Why, dude? Why do they not label these doors? So, as per usual, I managed to die in the dumbest way possible. And it was even funnier when it happened the second time. Oh, wait, I have to actually climb the ladder. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I would just like be able to leave. That was not the case. But that was fine, because by using the chair, the door, and the ladder correctly this time, I did eventually make it to the final area of the game. Okay, so good news, we've made progress. This is a new PB. Bad news, I have no idea where I'm going. It's really dark, and I'm scared. So, you know, hope for the best. Area 6 is the last and most intricate section in all of Amnesia, and your objective here is to assemble 6 pieces of a broken magic orb so that you can face Baron Alexander in the castle's deepest chamber. Things immediately got off to a good start here too. After some minimal exploring, I was able to find a couple of key items, picked up meat. Why do I need this? Snack. Trigger a few sanity draining cutscenes. Ooh, Daniel is not having a good time. Slight headache. Okay, it feels like I have been concussed 3 separate times game. And found enough tinder boxes to save my game again. So now, even though I had just gotten to this part of the castle, I was already set up really well and could bank my progress whenever I wanted, which by itself could be a game changer if I used it at the right time, especially if I sensed anything dangerous coming my way. We are so back. All right, let's go see. That didn't give me good vibes at all. This is Agrippa, who is absolutely not dangerous, but I had no way of knowing that at the time. But even though my save was now gone, I did gain a new objective. Agrippa is losing his grip on reality, and he wants us to free him so that he can aid us in defeating Alexander. Something I decided to help him with, not because I trusted him exactly, but because this man would not stop talking until I agreed. Oh my god, please don't.
I found a meat by land which had not been plundered. Do you know Matthias?
No.
I suppose it doesn't matter. Humans watching the sky slowly tire.
Okay.
The real sense of connection, creation, the orbs. Not many orbs are left.
Oh my god. So with Agrippa's silver tongue successfully swaying me to his side, I went off to find the items I needed for both him and myself. This took me to multiple places within the inner castle, most notably the transept, which contained not only half the total orb pieces I needed, but also allowed me to stumble upon a bunch of fun distractions that the prisoners had been using, like the mechanical bull and the Pilates machine and the acupuncture chamber. I honestly have no idea why everyone hated this place so much.
Pick the man, cut the lines. Pick the man, cut the lines.
Okay, so he's doing human sacrifices. Daniel's also very much willing to torture people, but not willing to throw a punch at a demon, by the way. But after getting lost, as was tradition at this point, and witnessing a fish gulp down Daniel's meat while Mr. Fish wasn't home, I was able to find 4 tinderboxes again. And this is when I found out that I was gonna need to use them way sooner than I thought. Yep, good thing I saved, good thing I saved, good thing I saved. Okay. The choir is where you find the remaining 3 orb pieces as well as the rest of Agrippa's items, and this place is not fun. There are no chairs to distract our very persistent friend anymore, and you have to constantly avoid him in this fog as you cross the literal entire area to escape. But after all this time, I think I'd finally mastered how to deal with the enemies. Most of the creatures in this game need to see a certain amount of your body in order to start pursuing you, which after some completely intentional testing, I found is actually pretty generous. That meant if there was a large enough piece of cover, I could circle around it and keep tabs on the enemy, with the enemy itself being none the wiser. So now that I'd shaken off my pursuer, there was only one thing left to do. I could grab the final orb pieces, head to where I needed to assemble it, and make my way. Okay. Sleep. That was unexpected. Oh my god, dude. That was so scary. Thankfully, I didn't actually die here, but not so thankfully, I was stuck in a prison cell as the shadow slowly consumed everything around me. And finding the way out was a lot harder than you may assume. Fuck it. Damn it. Well, I'm out of ideas. But even though it took way more time than it probably should have for me to find the exit, I did manage to free myself despite taking a ton of damage from the 5, 6, and 7 skin that bunked with me during my time there. Fortunately, not as much as this guy though. What the fuck just happened? After a quick chase sequence, I was able to open the way out of the prison and get back to what I was doing. So slowly, everything was starting to fall into place. I disabled the generator that was blocking the way into the final room and found a way to free Agrippa after locating all his items. Oh my god, shut up. How do I kill him? Don't call me a good boy.
First, beat me the trunk, then use the saw to remove my head.
I'm sorry? So about an hour and 15 minutes after my save before the choir, I was gearing up to enter the final confrontation of the game. All I needed were some tinderboxes to save, and all my worries would be put to rest. So with that being the case, I found one over here, and another in here. And after a bit of searching, I found, oh god, not like this. Apparently, I had gotten the Val virus on my computer because my tinderboxes could no longer count to 3. And this couldn't have come at a worse time because I had no idea what to expect in the final room, and failure here would delete nearly half a day's worth of progress. But if the choir was anything to go by, monsters were something I could deal with now. I was gonna have to not mess up, of course, but with a pillar or a door, I at least had a chance. And so, when I got chased by the shadow, I reached the room before Alexander and finally got to see what I'd be dealing with, only to find out, ow, what did that do? It was a puzzle room, and now I was going to have to solve it. Oh god. Oh no, wasn't here. That's another, do I have to prick myself again? Ow. All right, well I pricked my hand twice. Door will not open, understood. Book. Damn it. I'm fucking clueless, brother. Agrippa, do you want to hold down the fort? Nope. Oh god. What's the purpose of this? That one seems red. Something happens. I died. I don't know what just happened to me. Oh man, we are so far back. God damn it. Dying here was nothing short of painful. The game had just deleted over an hour of my progress in an instant, but the worst part wasn't even the death necessarily. It was the fact that I had learned nothing from it and had to spend the entire hour getting back there knowing that I still had no idea if the same thing would happen again. And as I got closer to solving the puzzle the second time, it would appear as though my prediction was right on the money. Ow. Ooh, God. Barely conscious. Okay. do that real fast. Never mind, I'm dead. Okay. Dude, I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. So now, this is when I had to stop and think. 2 hours were gone, with the possibility of many more to come if I couldn't figure this out. But I'd made sure I was max health, didn't take any damage, looked out for any sign of the shadow, solved the puzzle quickly, and none of that was apparently the solution. It was driving me insane. And you know who else gets insane? Daniel. Huh. I mean, that instantly kills me. The thing that had been killing me was actually a scripted sanity hit. One that was so strong that I died before I could even tell what had happened. And now, I knew exactly how I would do it. I looked at a candle for 15 minutes. This is not a bit, I actually timed it. And god damn it, it worked like a charm. That sanity's looking pretty fucking ass. Please don't kill me. Oh, wait, hold on. The sanity is going down. I'm feeling the hype course through my veins. This must be what like F1 drivers feel. The adrenaline is impalpable. Chatters, wish me luck. It is time for victory. Door is open. Okay, not dead, very close. Orb chamber. Did I just have to like wait? Is that the strat? Oh, what is happening here? All right, I'm not gonna lie. I went through so much trouble getting this head. I wanna be like 100% sure. Do I use the head in here, yay or nay? Okay, well it says portal has not opened yet. So I'm assuming there has to be like a portal that opens up and then I just, what, like toss the head in? I just gotta stare at old cock and balls here. Oh, portal! Get in there, Agrippa. Go get him, buddy. Oh, wait, we got the achievement. Let's go. Wait, this is the end. Literal first playthrough of the game. Knew nothing. And we managed to do it in 51 deaths. I'm pretty sure that's a world record, considering I feel like no one else would be dumb enough to do this. So I'll take it. With the day saved, Agrippa headed for better places, and getting one last fuck Alexander in at the end, I can safely say doing your first playthrough on this difficulty is a bad idea. But I got the achievement, so I'm pretty happy about that. And Frictional Games, if you're watching, if you slide your boy a copy of Ontos when it comes out so I can do this all over again, I'd be more than happy to. But if you want to see more masochism like what was on display today, I'd recommend subscribing, because for some reason we have way more of this on the way. So I hope you enjoyed, hope to see you over on Twitch where we do these runs live in all their glory. And with all that said, I'll see you all in the next one.